Welcome to the Visual Wisdom Audiobooks, the place where timeless wisdom meets modern life. Have you ever felt like you're your own worst enemy, like you're standing in your own way, sabotaging your success, and holding yourself back from the life you truly deserve? Welcome to the mountain. Is You Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery by Brianna Wise in this powerful book, Wise Breaks Down Why We Self-Sabotage, How Unresolved Emotions and Fears Keep Us Stuck, and most importantly, how we can turn our pain into power. This isn't just about overcoming obstacles. It's about conquering the mountain within. We'll explore emotional intelligence, personal responsibility, building resilience, and the practical steps you can take to break free from negative cycles and reach your full potential. By the end of this journey, you'll learn not only to climb your mountain, but to master it. So, are you ready to transform your struggles into strengths? Let's dive in and discover how to become the best version of yourself. What is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage refers to behaviors, habits, or thought patterns that prevent individuals from achieving their long-term goals. It's often subconscious, rooted in fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs that lead people to act against their best interests. Common forms of self-sabotage: procrastination, delaying tasks that are important for progress or success, leading to opportunities or incomplete projects; perfectionism, setting unrealistic standards that become an excuse to avoid starting or finishing tasks because it's never good enough; negative self-talk, believing you're not capable, deserving, or good enough to succeed, which undermines confidence and motivation; committing, saying yes to everything and stretching yourself too thin, preventing focus on important tasks; self-criticism, constantly doubting or belittling yourself, which lowers your sense of self-worth and causes indecisiveness. Why do people self-sabotage? Wise suggests that self-sabotage occurs due to internal conflicts, often tied to fear of failure, the anxiety of falling short drives some to avoid taking action altogether, preferring the safety of inaction over the possibility of failing; fear of success, some fear the responsibilities or expectations that come with success, so they unconsciously avoid it; comfort zones, people are naturally resistant to change. Even if a person desires growth, change can feel uncomfortable, leading them to revert to familiar yet harmful habits. Unresolved emotional issues, deep-seated trauma, or unresolved emotions can trigger self-sabotaging behaviors as a form of self-protection, even when it's not rational. Recognizing self-sabotage patterns, Wiest emphasizes that the first step in overcoming self-sabotage is awareness. Readers must identify their own self-sabotaging patterns, which often manifest in subtle ways. These patterns can include avoiding challenges, consistently choosing short-term gratification over long-term success, or engaging in destructive habits like excessive spending, unhealthy relationships, or substance abuse. Overcoming self-sabotage. The book provides strategies to help break free from these destructive cycles. Mindfulness, becoming conscious of thoughts and behaviors that lead to self-sabotage; emotional healing, addressing past traumas, fears, or negative beliefs through inner work, therapy, or self-reflection; setting realistic goals, breaking down big goals into achievable steps to prevent overwhelm; self-compassion, replacing self-criticism with kindness and understanding, allowing room for mistakes without judgment. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to recognize and identify emotions, being aware of what you're feeling and why, especially during stressful or challenging moments. Manage and regulate emotions, controlling impulsive feelings and behaviors, especially when tempted to react in ways that might sabotage long-term goals. Empathy, understanding and connecting with the emotions of others, allowing for healthier relationships and communication. Use emotions constructively leveraging emotional insight to make decisions, handle challenges, and remain resilient in the face of setbacks. Why emotional intelligence matters in self-sabotage. And Wise's view, self-sabotage often stems from emotional reactions that aren't fully understood or managed. Individuals with low emotional intelligence might act on impulse driven by fear, anxiety, or anger, without realizing how those emotions influence their behavior. For example, stress or fear of failure may lead to procrastination, perfectionism, or avoidance. Key forms of self-sabotage. How emotional intelligence helps overcome self-sabotage. Self-awareness. The foundation of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Wise argues that understanding your emotions and where they stem from is the first step in recognizing how you might be undermining your own goals. By identifying emotions like fear, doubt, or frustration, you can better manage your reactions to them. Self-regulation. Once you are aware of your emotions, the next step is learning to control or redirect them. Instead of acting out of fear or anger, someone with high EQ can pause, reflect, and respond in a way that supports their long-term objectives. Weiss emphasizes that emotional regulation prevents self-sabotaging behaviors like impulsive decisions or overreacting. Developing resilience. Emotional intelligence helps you manage stress and bounce back from setbacks more effectively. West explains that life's challenges often trigger emotional responses that lead to self-sabotage. However, by strengthening EQ, you can remain resilient in the face of difficulties, using your emotions as motivation to continue pushing forward. Better decision-making. People with high emotional intelligence tend to make more rational and thought-out decisions. Weiss notes that self-sabotage often occurs when emotions cloud judgment. By managing emotions and understanding how they affect decision-making, you can stay focused on what truly matters and avoid choices that derail progress. Improving relationships. Emotional intelligence is also key in building healthier relationships, which indirectly helps prevent self-sabotage. Weiss highlights that people who struggle with their emotions often find themselves in conflict with others or in unsupportive relationships. Building empathy, communication, and understanding helps cultivate a supportive environment conducive to growth. The role of emotional intelligence in personal growth. Weiss suggests that personal growth is impossible without developing emotional intelligence. Here's how EQ ties into growth. Emotional resilience. As you encounter life's inevitable obstacles, your ability to manage and recover from emotional setbacks determines your capacity for growth. Self-compassion. Emotional intelligence includes the ability to treat yourself with kindness. This is key for personal growth because it allows you to move past mistakes and setbacks without falling into cycles of guilt or self-sabotage. Adaptability. High emotional intelligence makes you more adaptable to change, an essential trait for growth. By being in touch with your emotions, you can navigate change and uncertainty with more confidence. Practical strategies to build emotional intelligence. Weiss offers ways to strengthen EQ in the context of overcoming self-sabotage. Mindfulness practices. Developing mindfulness helps you become more aware of your emotions and patterns of behavior. By staying present, you can observe your emotional reactions without being overwhelmed by them. Journaling, writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you process emotions, identify triggers, and make sense of emotional patterns that lead to self-sabotage. Self-reflection. Taking time to reflect on your reactions and understanding why you feel certain emotions helps build emotional awareness and leads to more conscious decisions. Emotional regulation techniques. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, or cognitive reframing can help you regulate difficult emotions and prevent them from leading to impulsive or self-sabotaging actions. Understanding unresolved trauma. Unresolved trauma refers to emotional wounds that haven't been fully processed or healed. These experiences can be deeply rooted in the subconscious and may originate from childhood experiences, for example, neglect, abuse, or lack of emotional support, past relationships, or betrayals, major life events like the loss of a loved one, financial hardships, or traumatic accident situations where one's emotional needs were not met. When trauma is unresolved, it manifests in various ways, including self-sabotaging behaviors, avoidance of emotional discomfort, or chronic fear of vulnerability. How unresolved trauma fuels self-sabotage. Weist explains that trauma can create emotional patterns that drive individuals to make decisions that block their own progress. These patterns may include fear-based reactions. Trauma often instills deep-seated fears of failure, rejection, or abandonment. As a result, individuals may avoid taking risks or pursuing meaningful goals because they fear being hurt again. Self-protection mechanisms. When people are traumatized, their subconscious often develops protection mechanisms. These mechanisms, while intended to shield them from pain, can also prevent them from moving forward in life. For example, someone who is hurt in a past relationship may sabotage future relationships by becoming overly guarded or pushing people away. Negative beliefs. Unresolved trauma can foster negative beliefs about oneself, such as "I'm not worthy of success" or "I don't deserve happiness." These beliefs, although not rational, are deeply ingrained and lead to actions that reinforce them, like procrastination, self-doubt, or perfectionism. Emotional triggers. Trauma often leaves individuals with unresolved emotional triggers that can be easily activated. When these triggers are activated, it may cause individuals to lash out, withdraw, or engage in behaviors that derail their progress, even when they are trying to move forward. Repeating harmful patterns. Weist explains that unresolved trauma often causes people to repeat the same harmful patterns, such as entering unhealthy relationships, engaging in destructive habits, or avoiding personal growth. These patterns arise because the trauma hasn't been addressed, so individuals unconsciously seek out situations that confirm their unresolved emotional wounds. Examples of how trauma leads to self-sabotage in relationships. If someone experienced abandonment or betrayal in the past, they may sabotage future relationships by being overly suspicious, not trusting their partner, or pushing them away to avoid getting hurt again. In career, a person who experienced rejection or failure early in their career may avoid taking on challenging projects or seeking promotions due to a fear of failing again. This avoidance, though protective, holds them back from reaching their full potential in personal growth. Someone with unresolved trauma might avoid emotional or psychological growth because doing the inner work required can be uncomfortable or painful. This avoidance manifests as procrastination, fear of change, or clinging to old destructive habits. Breaking the cycle of trauma and self-sabotage. To break the cycle of self-sabotage driven by unresolved trauma, Weist suggest several approaches that focus on emotional healing and self-awareness. Acknowledge the trauma. The first step in healing is to recognize the emotional wounds that are influencing your behavior. Weist encourages readers to confront their past experiences and acknowledge how these experiences are affecting their present actions. Seek healing and support. Weist emphasizes the importance of seeking professional help if needed, such as therapy or counseling, to process the trauma in a safe and supportive environment. Techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or trauma-informed therapy can help individuals reframe their experiences and heal practice self-compassion healing from. Trauma requires self-compassion. Weist encourages readers to be kind to themselves during the healing process, understanding that setbacks or emotional pain are part of the journey. Self-compassion allows individuals to heal without judgment or guilt. Reframe negative beliefs. A significant part of overcoming trauma is recognizing and challenging the negative beliefs. It creates wise encourages readers to reframe beliefs like "I'm not worthy" or "I don't deserve happiness" into more positive and constructive narratives. This mindset shift is crucial for breaking free from self-sabotage. Face emotional discomfort. Healing from trauma often involves confronting emotional discomfort head-on. Weist stresses the importance of not avoiding emotional pain, but instead processing it in a healthy and constructive way. This might include journaling, meditating, or engaging in mindfulness practices. 2. Stay present with difficult emotions. Break harmful patterns once the trauma is acknowledged. Wise encourages individuals to become conscious of the self-sabotaging patterns they engage in. By recognizing these behaviors, individuals can make intentional choices to act in ways that support their growth and healing. Transforming pain into power. A central theme in Weist's book is transforming personal pain into power. She believes that once trauma is confronted and healed, it can become a source of strength, resilience, and wisdom, rather than being something that holds you back. Your trauma becomes a foundation for growth, allowing you to live with purpose and self-mastery. By working through unresolved trauma, individuals not only overcome self-sabotage, but also develop a deeper understanding of themselves, gain emotional freedom, and unlock their full potential. What does turning pain into power mean? Turning pain into power is about taking the difficult and often painful experiences we go through, whether they stem from trauma, rejection, failure, or emotional hardship, and transforming them into tools for personal empowerment and growth. Weist suggests that the pain we endure is not meant to break us, but rather to teach us valuable lessons, build resilience, and help us evolve into stronger, wiser versions of ourselves. How pain can lead to growth. Weist believes that personal pain, when properly processed and understood, can lead to significant personal transformation. Here's how pain fosters growth, awareness, and self-reflection. Pain forces individuals to stop and reflect. In times of hardship, we are often compelled to examine our lives, our choices, and the patterns we've been following. This self-reflection creates the opportunity to gain insight into our behaviors, especially those that may be rooted in self-sabotage. Learning and adaptation. Every painful experience carries a lesson. Weist encourages readers to look for the meaning behind their pain and use that understanding to grow. Pain teaches us what we can endure, how we can adapt, and where we need to make changes in our lives. By learning from our pain, we develop emotional intelligence and resilience. Strengthening resilience. Going through difficult times builds mental and emotional toughness. Weist argues that when we face and overcome challenges, we build the resilience necessary to handle future struggles with more grace and strength. Over time, this resilience becomes a source of personal power. Embracing vulnerability. Pain often exposes our vulnerabilities, but Weist asserts that embracing vulnerability is part of the process of transformation. Being vulnerable allows individuals to open up to new experiences, emotional healing, and deeper connections with others. It's through this vulnerability that we begin to build true self-mastery. Steps to turn pain into power. Weist offers practical strategies to help individuals shift from seeing pain as a destructive force to recognizing it as a source of power. Reframing the narrative. Weist encourages readers to change the way they perceive their pain. Instead of viewing hardship as something negative, she suggests reframing it as a challenge that is meant to teach or strengthen them. By changing the narrative around pain, individuals can begin to see it as a necessary part of their growth. Acceptance. One of the key steps in transforming pain is accepting it rather than resisting or denying it. Weist explains that acceptance allows individuals to stop fighting against their circumstances and instead work with them. Accepting pain doesn't mean being passive, but rather acknowledging that it is a part of life and a necessary step on the path to healing. Wise stresses the importance of healing both emotionally and mentally to move beyond pain. This can involve therapeutic practices such as journaling, therapy, meditation, or talking through difficult experiences with trusted friends or professionals. Healing is not a quick fix, but a continuous process of self-care and introspection. Cultivating gratitude. Gratitude is a tool that Wise suggests can help shift one's focus from the pain itself to the positive aspects that arise from it. By cultivating gratitude for the lessons learned, the strength gained, or the resilience built, individuals can begin to view their painful experiences in a more empowering light. Channeling pain into purpose. Wise encourages individuals to use their pain as motivation for personal growth and to channel it into a purpose that drives them forward. For example, someone who has gone through a difficult loss may find purpose in helping others heal from similar experiences, or someone who has experienced failure may use that pain to drive future success. Building emotional resilience. The more we learn to face and process our pain, the more emotionally resilient we become. We suggests that every painful experience strengthens our emotional endurance, allowing us to face future challenges with greater confidence. This resilience becomes the foundation of personal power, enabling us to thrive even in difficult circumstances. Letting go of the past. Part of turning pain into power involves letting go of the past. Weist emphasizes the importance of releasing old emotional baggage, grudges, or limiting beliefs that are tied to past pain. By letting go of what no longer serves us, we create space for new growth and opportunities. From self-sabotage to self-mastery. Self-sabotage often occurs because individuals are unable to process their pain in healthy ways, leading to avoidance, procrastination, or destructive behaviors. Weist asserts that by confronting and transforming pain, individuals can break free from self-sabotage and take control of their lives. This is where self-mastery comes into play. Self-mastery means having the ability to regulate emotions, manage responses to challenging situations, and remain focused on long-term goals. Turning pain into power is a key aspect of self-mastery, as it teaches individuals to control their emotional reactions and make conscious choices that align with their values and desires, rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or anger. Growth through adversity. Wise underscores the idea that personal growth is most profound during times of adversity. The struggles we face and the pain we endure often lead to breakthroughs in understanding and self-awareness. Pain pushes us to evolve and challenges us to become stronger versions of ourselves. Examples from the book Emotional Healing. West shares insights on how emotional pain from past relationships, or failures can be transformed into emotional wisdom. By processing and understanding these experiences, individuals can form healthier relationships and create more fulfilling lives. Overcoming fear. The book discusses how fear, often rooted in past painful experiences, can be a major driver of self-sabotage. Weist shows how facing these fears and reframing them as opportunities for growth can lead to a more empowered mindset. What is personal responsibility? Personal responsibility refers to the understanding that you are in control of your actions, thoughts, and reactions. It means acknowledging that, while you may not be able to control everything that happens to you, you can control how you respond, and the choices you make moving forward. This concept is foundational in Wise's approach to overcoming self-sabotage, moving away from a victim mindset. A victim mindset occurs when individuals believe that their problems are caused solely by external forces, people, circumstances, or events beyond their control. This mindset can be disempowering as it shifts responsibility away from the individual and places it on external factors, which makes personal change and growth difficult. Wise argues that maintaining a victim mindset fuels self-sabotage. When people see themselves as powerless, they often engage in behaviors that reinforce their negative beliefs, such as procrastination, avoidance, or destructive habits. Prevents growth. Blaming external factors prevents individuals from learning from their mistakes and making positive changes in their lives. Creates dependency. People with a victim mindset often rely on others to fix their problems or improve their circumstances, rather than taking initiative themselves to break free from self-sabotage and achieve personal empowerment. Wise advocates for adopting a mindset of responsibility and ownership. The power of taking responsibility. Taking personal responsibility means recognizing that your actions and reactions shape your reality. It requires accepting that you have control over your life, and that your choices, both conscious and unconscious, determine your outcomes. This shift in mindset can be transformative for several reasons. Empowerment. When you take responsibility for your life, you reclaim your power rather than feeling like a passive participant in life. You become the driver of your own destiny. You understand that you have the ability to change your circumstances, overcome challenges, and create the life you desire. Accountability for change. Personal responsibility requires self-reflection and accountability. Wise emphasizes that when you acknowledge your role in your challenges, you are better positioned to make meaningful changes. Taking responsibility for your thoughts, emotions, and actions allows you to correct harmful patterns and replace them with positive, constructive behaviors. Learning from mistakes instead of seeing mistakes or failures as a source of shame. Wise encourages readers to view them as learning opportunities. By taking responsibility for mistakes, individuals can extract valuable lessons and use them to grow and improve. This perspective shift helps to build resilience and emotional intelligence. Greater freedom. Accepting responsibility can be liberating. West explains that when you no longer rely on others or external forces to shape your life, you gain a sense of autonomy and freedom. You realize that you have the power to create your own outcomes regardless of external circumstances. How to practice personal responsibility. Wise offers several strategies for cultivating a mindset of personal responsibility and breaking free from self-sabotage. Acknowledge your role. The first step in taking responsibility is recognizing your role in your current situation. This involves being honest with yourself about the choices you've made, the patterns you've followed, and the behaviors that may have contributed to your struggles. This kind of self-awareness is crucial for making changes. Avoid blaming others. Wise stresses the importance of letting go of blame. While it may be tempting to point fingers at others for your problems, blaming external factors keeps you stuck in a powerless mindset. Instead, focus on what you can control: your actions, responses, and decisions. Own your choices. Taking responsibility means owning your choices, both good and bad. Wise encourages readers to accept that every choice they make, even the unconscious ones, shapes their lives. By owning your choices, you gain the power to make better ones in the future. Focus on solutions. Wise advice is shifting your focus from the problem to the solution. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, think about what you can do to make things better. This proactive mindset helps you take constructive action and move forward rather than getting stuck in blame or regret. Set boundaries. Part of taking responsibility is setting healthy boundaries in your relationships and life. Weist emphasizes that personal responsibility includes knowing your limits, protecting your time and energy, and prioritizing your well-being. Cultivate self-discipline. Taking responsibility for your life often requires self-discipline. Wise suggests developing habits that support your goals, such as time management, prioritization, and consistent effort. Self-discipline helps you stay on track and avoid falling back into patterns of self-sabotage. Accept consequences. Personal responsibility also means accepting the consequences of your actions. Weist highlights that this is an important part of growth, recognizing that every choice has outcomes and being willing to face those outcomes, whether positive or negative. This helps build accountability and encourages thoughtful decision-making. The link between personal responsibility and self-mastery. Personal responsibility is a cornerstone of self-mastery. When you take full responsibility for your thoughts, feelings, and actions, you gain greater control over your life. You stop allowing external factors to dictate your behavior, and instead you align your actions with your values and goals. Yest explains that this alignment is essential for breaking free from self-sabotage and achieving long-term success. By practicing personal responsibility, you increase self-awareness. You become more aware of how your choices impact your life and the lives of others. Build emotional intelligence. As you take responsibility for your emotions, you learn to manage them more effectively, leading to better relationships and decision-making. Enhance self-discipline. You develop the ability to stick to your goals and overcome obstacles, even when it's difficult. Breaking free from the victim mindset. To fully embrace personal responsibility, Wise advises readers to actively work on breaking free from a victim mindset. This involves recognizing when you're playing the victim. Be mindful of when you're blaming others or external circumstances for your problems, reframing challenges as opportunities. Instead of seeing yourself as powerless, view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Taking initiative. Wise encourages readers to take action rather than waiting for others to fix their problems or improve their circumstances. Examples from the book: self-sabotaging behaviors. Wist identifies behaviors like procrastination, avoidance, and fear of failure as forms of self-sabotage that stem from a lack of personal responsibility. By taking ownership of these behaviors, individuals can begin to change them and make progress toward their goals. Healing relationships. In the context of relationships, Wise discusses how taking responsibility for one's emotions and reactions can improve communication and create healthier, more supportive dynamics. What is inner work? Inner work involves the process of exploring and understanding your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and beliefs. It is a deep, reflective practice that requires looking inward to uncover the roots of your struggles, patterns, and limitations. Wise explains that self-sabotage often arises from unresolved emotional issues, limiting beliefs, and unconscious fears, and inner work helps bring these to the surface for healing and transformation. Self-reflection. Self-reflection is one of the primary tools of inner work. It involves taking time to pause, assess, and understand your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Wist stresses that without reflection, people often continue repeating harmful behaviors without realizing why they do so. Identifying self-sabotaging patterns through self-reflection. Individuals can identify the specific behaviors, thoughts, and habits that are holding them back. Wise encourages readers to ask themselves reflective questions such as, why do I keep repeating the same mistakes? What fears or beliefs are driving my actions? What do I need to change to achieve my goals? Reflecting on these questions can help uncover the underlying reasons for self-sabotage and provide clarity on what needs to shift awareness of. Emotions self-reflection also helps people become more aware of their emotions, particularly those that may be triggering self-sabotaging behavior. Wise explains that emotions like fear, shame, or anger are often at the root of self-destructive actions, and reflection can bring these emotions into conscious awareness. Growth through reflection. West advocates for a growth mindset in self-reflection rather than criticizing oneself for past mistakes. The goal is to reflect with compassion, learn from those experiences, and use the insights gained to grow. Mindfulness is another key component of inner work, allowing individuals to stay present in the moment and observe their thoughts and emotions without judgment. We explains that mindfulness helps break the cycle of unconscious reactive behavior that leads to self-sabotage. Breaking automatic patterns. Self-sabotage often happens unconsciously. People may engage in destructive behaviors without even realizing it. Mindfulness helps individuals become aware of their automatic thoughts and actions, giving them the power to choose different responses. By staying present, people can notice when they are about to engage in self-sabotaging behavior and pause before reacting. Managing emotions mindfulness also helps with emotional regulation, which is crucial for overcoming self-sabotage. Wise notes that when people can observe their emotions without getting overwhelmed, they are better able to manage them in healthy ways. This can prevent emotions like fear or anxiety from driving harmful behaviors. Mindful decision-making. Mindfulness allows individuals to make decisions with greater awareness and intentionality, instead of reacting impulsively or out of habit. Mindfulness encourages thoughtful, deliberate action based on long-term goals and values. Introspection involves diving deep into the inner self to examine one's beliefs, desires, fears, and motivations. Wise explains that introspection is essential for understanding the root causes of self-sabotage and transforming them into positive growth. Exploring limiting beliefs through introspection. Individuals can uncover the limiting beliefs that are driving their self-sabotaging behaviors. These beliefs often form in childhood or as a result of past experiences and shape how individuals view themselves in the world. Wise explains that beliefs like "I'm not good enough" or "I don't deserve success" can sabotage efforts to achieve personal goals. By identifying and challenging these beliefs, individuals can replace them with more empowering ones. Understanding fears. Introspection helps individuals confront their deepest fears, which often fuel self-sabotage, whether it's fear of failure, fear of success, or fear of change. Wise encourages readers to face these fears head-on. She explains that understanding where these fears come from and how they influence behavior is key to overcoming them. Aligning actions with values. Introspection also allows individuals to reflect on their core values and ensure that their actions are aligned with those values. Wise emphasizes that self-sabotage often occurs when there is a disconnect between what individuals truly value and how they behave. For example, someone may value health and well-being, but engage in unhealthy habits. Introspection helps bridge this gap and realign behavior with core values. Healing through inner work. Wise explains that inner work is a path to healing emotional wounds and breaking free from the patterns of self-sabotage. Many of the negative behaviors people engage in are coping mechanisms for unresolved pain or trauma. Inner work helps bring these issues to the surface for healing. Emotional wounds. Self-sabotage is often driven by emotional pain that has not been fully processed or healed. Wise discusses how unresolved emotions, whether from past relationships, childhood experiences, or personal failures, can create self-destructive patterns. Inner work provides a space for individuals to acknowledge, feel, and heal these emotions rather than avoiding or suppressing them. Forgiveness and compassion. A key aspect of inner work is cultivating self-compassion and forgiveness. Wise encourages readers to be gentle with themselves as they navigate their inner worlds. She explains that self-sabotage often stems from a lack of self-compassion. When people are overly harsh or critical of themselves, they may act in ways that reinforce their negative self-perception. Inner work involves learning to forgive oneself for past mistakes and approach personal growth with kindness and understanding. Transform pain into growth. Inner work allows individuals to turn their pain into power by using their experiences as opportunities for growth. Weist explains that through reflection, mindfulness, and introspection, people can learn from their struggles, transform their challenges into strengths, and emerge more empowered and self-aware. How to engage in inner work. Wise offers practical guidance on how to engage in inner work and use it as a tool for self-mastery. Journaling. Wise suggests using journaling as a form of self-reflection. Writing down thoughts, feelings, and experiences can help individuals process emotions and gain insight into their behaviors. Journaling also provides a record of personal growth over time. Meditation. Mindfulness meditation is a practice that helps cultivate awareness and presence. Wise recommends meditation as a way to calm the mind, observe thoughts without judgment, and develop greater emotional regulation. Meditation can also help uncover subconscious beliefs and patterns. Therapy or counseling for those dealing with deep emotional wounds or trauma. Wise encourages seeking professional help through therapy or counseling. A therapist can provide guidance and support in the process of inner work, helping individuals navigate their emotions and heal from past pain. Self-compassion practices. Weist emphasizes the importance of practicing self-compassion as part of inner work. This can involve speaking kindly to oneself, setting boundaries, and taking care of one's physical and emotional well-being. Mindful living. Mindfulness is not just a practice, but a way of living. Weist encourages individuals to bring mindfulness into their daily lives by staying present, observing their reactions, and making intentional choices. This helps break the cycle of automatic self-sabotaging behaviors. The role of inner work in self-mastery. Inner work is foundational to self-mastery as it helps individuals gain a deeper understanding of themselves, their behaviors, and their emotions. By engaging in inner work, people can break free from unconscious patterns. Inner work brings awareness to the subconscious patterns that drive self-sabotage, allowing individuals to consciously choose new behaviors, cultivate emotional intelligence through mindfulness and introspection. People can develop greater emotional awareness and regulation, which is essential for personal growth and healthy relationships. Achieve greater alignment. Inner work helps individuals align their actions with their values, leading to more fulfilling and authentic lives. Transform challenges into opportunities. Inner work enables people to use their struggles as opportunities for growth, empowerment, and transformation. What is resilience? Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from setbacks and keep moving forward despite obstacles. It involves emotional flexibility, mental strength, and the ability to adapt to change. Wise explains that resilience is not just about enduring hardships, but also about growing and evolving through them. Building resilience helps individuals stay committed to their goals even when faced with adversity, and prevents them from falling into patterns of self-sabotage. Why resilience is important. Wise highlights that challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable in life. The key to success lies not in avoiding these difficulties, but in how individuals respond to them. Without resilience, people are more likely to give up when faced with obstacles, or engage in self-sabotaging behaviors such as procrastination, self-doubt, or negative self-talk. Resilience helps individuals stay focused on their long-term goals and continue striving for success, even in the face of setbacks. Strategies for building emotional resilience. Embrace discomfort and challenges. Wise emphasizes that discomfort and challenges are necessary for growth. Instead of avoiding or resisting difficult situations, she encourages readers to embrace them as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. By facing challenges head-on, individuals build emotional resilience and develop the mental toughness needed to handle future obstacles. Reframing challenges. Weist suggests reframing challenges as stepping stones toward personal growth, rather than as roadblocks. This mindset shift helps individuals view adversity as a natural part of the journey to success, rather than something to be feared or avoided. Cultivate self-discipline. Self-discipline is a key component of resilience. Wise explains that building resilience requires consistent effort even when motivation is low. Self-discipline allows individuals to push through difficult times and stay committed to their goals regardless of external circumstances. Creating healthy habits. Wise encourages readers to develop healthy habits and routines that support their long-term goals by cultivating discipline in daily actions such as sticking to a workout routine, maintaining a consistent work schedule, or practicing mindfulness. Individuals build the resilience needed to stay on track, even when faced with challenges. Delayed gratification. Wise highlights the importance of practicing delayed gratification as part of building in resilience. Resilient individuals understand that short-term discomfort or sacrifice is often necessary for long-term success. By delaying gratification and staying focused on their goals, individuals build the mental strength needed to overcome distractions and temptations that lead to self-sabotage. Develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities, intelligence, and personal qualities can be developed through effort and learning. Wise explains that individuals with a growth mindset are more resilient because they view challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as threats to their self-worth. Learning from failure. Wise encourages readers to embrace failure as a natural part of the learning process. Resilient individuals understand that setbacks are not permanent and that each failure provides valuable lessons that can be applied to future efforts. Instead of being discouraged by failure, they use it as fuel to keep going and improve. Adapting to change. A growth mindset also involves adaptability and flexibility. Weist explains that resilient individuals are open to change and willing to adjust their strategies when necessary. They are not rigid in their thinking, but are willing to pivot and explore new solutions when faced with obstacles. Build emotional awareness and regulation. Emotional resilience involves the ability to manage and regulate one's emotions in the face of stress or adversity. Wise explains that building resilience requires emotional intelligence, understanding, acknowledging, and processing emotions in a healthy way. Recognizing emotional triggers. Wise encourages readers to become aware of their emotional triggers, situations, or experiences that provoke strong emotional reactions. By recognizing these triggers, individuals can better manage their responses and avoid falling into self-sabotaging behaviors such as anger, frustration, or avoidance. Practicing emotional regulation. Emotional regulation techniques such as mindfulness, deep breathing, and journaling help individuals stay calm and centered during difficult times. Wise explains that resilient individuals do not let their emotions control them, but instead use emotional regulation tools to navigate challenges with composure and clarity. Practice self-compassion. Wise highlights the importance of self-compassion. In building resilience, individuals are kind to themselves, especially in moments of failure or setback. Instead of being overly critical or harsh, they treat themselves with understanding and forgiveness. Self-talk. West emphasizes the role of self-talk in resilience. Negative self-talk, such as telling oneself, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," can undermine resilience and lead to self-sabotage. On the other hand, positive and compassionate self-talk, such as "I can learn from this," or "It's okay to make mistakes," helps individuals stay resilient and motivated. Forgiving mistakes. Wise encourages readers to practice self-forgiveness when they make mistakes or experience setbacks. Instead of dwelling on past failures, resilient individuals accept their imperfections, learn from their mistakes, and move forward with renewed determination. Set boundaries and prioritize self-care. Resilience is not just about pushing through adversity. It also involves knowing when to rest and recharge. Wist explains that resilient individuals set clear boundaries to protect their energy and prioritize self-care to maintain their emotional and mental well-being. Setting healthy boundaries. WSD encourages readers to set boundaries in both their personal and professional lives to prevent burnout. This may involve saying no to unnecessary commitments, taking breaks when needed, and protecting one's time and energy. Self-care practices. Self-care practices, such as regular exercise, adequate sleep, and relaxation activities, are essential for maintaining resilience. Wise explains that self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity for building the mental and emotional strength needed to face life's challenges. Build a support system. Resilience is often strengthened by a strong support system. West emphasizes the importance of surrounding oneself with positive, encouraging people who provide emotional support during difficult times. Seeking help. Wise encourages readers to reach out for help when needed. Resilient individuals understand that they don't have to face challenges alone and are willing to lean on friends, family, or professionals for guidance and support, creating a positive environment. Wise also highlights the importance of creating a positive and empowering environment that nurtures resilience. This may involve distancing oneself from negative influences or toxic relationships, and instead surrounding oneself with people who uplift and inspire. The role of resilience in overcoming self-sabotage. Wise explains that resilience is a critical tool for overcoming self-sabotage. Self-sabotaging behaviors often arise when individuals feel overwhelmed, discouraged, or fearful of failure. By building resilience, individuals develop the mental strength and emotional stability needed to push through these feelings and stay committed to their goals. Persistence in the face of setbacks. Resilience allows individuals to persevere through setbacks and challenges without falling into self-sabotaging patterns. When things don't go as planned, resilient individuals adapt, learn from their mistakes, and continue moving forward. Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear of failure or self-doubt can lead to self-sabotage, causing individuals to give up on their goals prematurely. West explains that resilience helps individuals overcome these fears by providing the mental toughness needed to face uncertainty with confidence. Staying focused on long-term goals. Resilient individuals are better able to stay focused on their long-term goals, even when faced with short-term difficulties. They understand that setbacks are temporary and maintain a sense of purpose and direction despite challenges. And the mountain is you. Brianna Wise provides a range of practical tips and strategies to help readers overcome self-sabotage through mindset shifts, habit formation, and self-improvement. Exercises. These actionable steps guide individuals toward personal growth and self-mastery. 1. Identify self-sabotaging behaviors. Awareness is key. Wise emphasizes that the first step to overcoming self-sabotage is recognizing the behaviors and patterns that hold you back. She encourages readers to reflect on actions or habits that may be hindering their progress, such as procrastination, self-doubt, perfectionism, or avoidance. Journaling exercise. Wise suggests keeping a journal to track moments when you engage in self-sabotaging behaviors, writing down what tried these behaviors, how you felt, and the outcome can help increase awareness and break the cycle. To shift your mindset from fear to growth. Fear-based mindset, self-sabotage, often stems from fear of failure, success, rejection, or uncertainty. Weiss encourages readers to challenge their fears. By adopting a growth mindset, reframe fear as a teacher rather than letting fear paralyze you. View it as a signpost for growth. Ask yourself, what is this fear teaching me? By reframing fear as an opportunity to learn, you can push past limiting beliefs and take action. Affirmations and visualization. Weiss recommends using positive affirmations and visualization techniques to shift your mindset. Affirmations help to reinforce empowering beliefs, while visualizing success can reduce fear and anxiety about future challenges. 3. Create new habits. Replace self-sabotaging habits. We stresses that overcoming self-sabotage requires replacing negative habits with positive, productive ones. Whether it's replacing procrastination with time management or negative self-talk with positive affirmations, the key is consistency. Start small. Weiss suggests starting with small, manageable changes to avoid overwhelming yourself. For example, if you struggle with procrastination, commit to working on a task for just 10 minutes. Small wins create momentum and gradually build lasting habits. Daily routine. Establishing a daily routine that incorporates healthy habits, such as mindfulness, exercise, or goal setting, can help shift your behavior patterns and set the stage for long-term change. 4. Practice self-compassion. Break the cycle of perfectionism. Weiss highlights the importance of practicing self-compassion, especially for those who engage in self-sabotage due to perfectionism. Instead of being overly critical of yourself, recognize that mistakes are part of the learning process. Self-compassion exercise. Weiss encourages readers to practice speaking to themselves as they would to a close friend when faced with setbacks or mistakes. Of yourself, kindness, understanding, and encouragement, rather than harsh criticism. 5. Set clear intentions and goals. Clarify what you want. Weiss emphasizes the need to set clear, intentional goals that align with your values and long-term vision. Without a clear direction, it's easy to fall into self-sabotaging patterns. Break down big goals to avoid feeling overwhelmed. We suggest breaking your goals into smaller, actionable steps. This makes the process more manageable and allows you to make steady progress. Track progress. Regularly tracking your progress can reinforce positive habits and help you stay focused. Weiss recommends celebrating small victories along the way to keep motivation high. 6. Cultivate emotional intelligence. Understand your emotions. Weiss stresses the importance of emotional intelligence. Instead, being able to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions. When emotions go unmanaged, they can lead to impulsive actions or self-sabotaging behaviors. Mindfulness meditation. Practicing mindfulness can help you become more attuned to your emotions and develop the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Weiss suggests incorporating mindfulness meditation into your daily routine to enhance emotional regulation. 7. Practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts perspective. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting your mindset from scarcity and fear to abundance and positivity. Weiss explains that practicing gratitude helps to break self-sabotaging cycles by focusing on what's going right in your life. Gratitude journal. she suggests maintaining a gratitude journal where you write down at least 3 things you're grateful for each day. This practice helps to cultivate a more positive, resilient outlook. 8. Take personal responsibility. Own your choices. West emphasizes that overcoming self-sabotage requires taking responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes, shifting from a victim mindset to one of personal empowerment allows you to take control of your life and make intentional choices that align with your goals. Self-reflection. West recommends regular self-reflection to evaluate your choices and their impact on your life by acknowledging your role in creating your current circumstances. You can take proactive steps toward change. 9. Confront unresolved emotions. Healing unresolved trauma. Wise explains that unresolved emotional wounds can fuel self-sabotage if past pain is left unaddressed. It can manifest as self-destructive behavior or fear of success. Therapeutic techniques. She suggests exploring therapeutic techniques such as journaling therapy or meditation to confront and heal unresolved emotions. Letting go of past pain is crucial to breaking free from self-sabotage and moving forward with clarity and purpose. 10. Embrace failure as part of growth. Reframe failure. Wise emphasizes that failure is an inevitable part of success, rather than seeing failure as a reflection of your worth. She encourages readers to view it as feedback and a learning opportunity. Learn from mistakes. Every setback provides valuable lessons that can help you grow and improve. West suggests asking yourself, what can I learn from this experience, to turn failures into stepping stones for future success. The mountain metaphor. Climbing the mountain. The act of climbing a mountain represents the journey of self-discovery and personal development. West explains that just like climbing an actual mountain, overcoming inner obstacles requires effort, persistence, and resilience. It is a process that unfolds gradually with challenges at every step. But the climb is necessary to reach a higher level of understanding and fulfillment. Internal struggles. As the mountain in this metaphor is not an external obstacle, but an internal one. It symbolizes the fear, doubts, self-sabotaging behaviors, and unresolved emotional wounds that prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. These internal struggles are often the hardest to confront because they require deep introspection and a willingness to face discomfort. Transformation through the climb. The process of climbing the mountain is symbolic of the personal transformation that occurs when we face and work through our inner challenges. Wise emphasizes that the mountain is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced. The climb itself is what transforms you. Every challenge you overcome, every step you take brings you closer to self-awareness and empowerment. Growth at the peak. Reaching the top of the mountain symbolizes a breakthrough or moment of clarity. This is the point where you have confronted and overcome your self-sabotaging patterns, healed emotional wounds, and gained a greater sense of self-mastery. The view from the top represents the new perspective and wisdom gained from the journey. Continual climb. Wise also notes that personal growth is a continual process. Even after climbing one mountain, there will always be new challenges and areas for growth. Each new mountain represents a deeper layer of understanding and personal evolution. The metaphor encourages readers to see each mountain as an opportunity for growth rather than an roadblock. Through this mountain metaphor, Wise conveys that the obstacles we face are not meant to stop us, but to shape us. By choosing to confront and climb the mountain, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, healing, and transformation that ultimately leads to personal empowerment. In the mountain, as Brianna Wiest emphasizes self-mastery as the ultimate goal of personal transformation. Self-mastery involves learning to navigate life with intention, emotional regulation, and alignment with one's core values and long-term aspirations. here are some key aspects of self-mastery, as discussed in the book 1, Understanding Self-Mastery Definition. Self-mastery refers to the ability to control one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in a way that aligns with personal values and long-term goals. It is about being the architect of your own life, rather than a passive observer. Importance: achieving self-mastery allows individuals to break free from self-sabotaging behaviors and take charge of their choices, leading to a more fulfilling and authentic life. 2. Emotional regulation. Recognizing emotions. A crucial component of self-mastery is understanding and managing emotions effectively. Wise encourages readers to develop emotional intelligence by recognizing their feelings, understanding their triggers, and processing them in healthy ways. Mindfulness practices. Wise suggests incorporating mindfulness practices, such as meditation and journaling, to enhance emotional awareness. Being mindful allows individuals to pause, reflect, and choose how to respond, rather than react impulsively. Healthy coping mechanisms. Learning to cope with emotions construed is vital for self-mastery. Wise encourages replacing unhealthy coping strategies like avoidance or self-medication with healthier alternatives like exercise, creative expression, or seeking support. 3. Aligning actions with goals. Clarity of purpose. Self-mastery requires a clear understanding of personal values and long-term goals. Wise urges readers to reflect on what truly matters to them and to set intentions that align with their authentic selves. Consistency and accountability. To achieve self-mastery, it's essential to consistently take actions that reflect your values and goals. West highlights the importance of self-discipline and accountability in maintaining alignment between intentions and actions. Creating action plans. Developing actionable plans that break down long-term goals into manageable steps helps maintain focus and motivation. West recommends regularly reviewing and adjusting these plans as needed to stay on track. 4. Living authentically. Embracing authenticity. Self-mastery involves embracing one's true self and making choices that reflect personal authenticity. Wise encourages readers to let go of societal expectations and external pressures in favor of pursuing what genuinely resonates with them. Courage to be vulnerable. Achieving self-mastery requires courage to be vulnerable and honest about one's feelings and experiences. Weiss discusses how vulnerability fosters deeper connections with oneself and others, promoting growth and healing. Setting boundaries. Part of living authentically is learning to set healthy boundaries. Wise emphasizes the importance of saying no to things that do not serve your well-being or align with your values. 5. Overcoming fear and resistance. Facing fears. Wiest discusses how fear often holds individuals back from achieving self-mastery. She encourages readers to confront their fears head-on and view them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Embracing challenges. The journey towards self-mastery involves navigating challenges and setbacks. Weist emphasizes that these experiences contribute to personal growth and resilience. By reframing challenges as essential parts of the journey, individuals can cultivate a more empowered mindset. 6. Continuous growth and learning. Commitment to growth. Self-mastery is not a one-time achievement, but a lifelong commitment to growth and learning. Wise emphasizes the importance of remaining open to the new experiences, perspectives, and opportunities for self-improvement, reflection, and adaptation. Regular self-reflection is crucial for maintaining self-mastery. Wise encourages readers to assess their progress, celebrate achievements, and adapt their strategies as they evolve. This ongoing process fosters a deeper understanding of oneself and enhances personal development. Thank you for joining me on the Visual Wisdom Audiobooks. Remember, knowledge only changes your life when you put it into action. Don't just listen. Apply one lesson from today's video and watch how small changes create extraordinary results over time. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next audiobook summary or mindset lesson. Share this video with someone who could use a little inspiration today. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep mastering your mind. Because when you change your thinking, you change your life. See you in the next video.